I am obsessulated with the outfits in Wicked For Good. Not that I didn't love the outfits in part one, but there's just something about the outfits in part two that made this collector Glinda doll a must buy. This Glinda doll is an Amazon exclusive and retails for $81, and I can definitely see that price point in the packaging alone for this doll. So she has this really beautiful glittery pink box that says the best witch of all on the front in a bubble. And then there are also some sparkly butterflies, and all of the patterns on this box are embossed, so they are raised a little bit off of the packaging. It feels very luxe and very beautiful. At the bottom, there's also the Wicked logo in gold foil and a white Mattel logo off to the side. And on the top of the box, you can see Glinda's G icon, and there you can also see how glittery and sparkly this box is. The box does have an angular slipcase, so here is a look at that. And on both sides, at the bottom of the first slipcase, is a gold W for Wicked, of course. And then the back of the box is also pink, and again, very, very beautiful. It feels very deluxe. So, of course, Wicked, Glinda Upland, and then some bubbles and some butterflies. And the official name of this doll is Glinda in her bubble, so it says, "The best witch of all deserves to float over Oz in spellbinding style, which is why the wizard and Madame Morrible thought it wise to gift the Witch of the North her own vehicular spherical globule. Inspired by Universal Pictures' Wicked for Good, Glinda comes and goes by her sparkling bubble with just a tap of her foot. Being the glamorous gal she is, her satin bodice with an organza and taffeta skirt is absolute pink perfection. Her pearl buttons, hair barrette, and shoes pair beautifully with her gem earrings and butterfly necklace. As every wise witch knows, it's all about the accessories." And then it says that description in a few different languages, and below that, there's more butterflies and more bubbles. And of course, this doll was made in China, and on the bottom of the slipcase is the barcode, as well as the contents of the doll and a bunch of other legal stuff. So, taking Glinda out of the super sparkly slipcase, here she is in her bubble, and the luxe packaging did not stop with the pink sparkly box. It continues with this really cool and intricate plastic dust cover that has die-cut butterfly wings on it. It's so, so cool. And then it does have a big sphere in the center to resemble her being in a bubble. There's also some like frosty frothing along the sides to give that effect of a bubble kind of glistening in the sun. It is removable, of course. And so here is the Glinda doll without the glare from the plastic. And oh my gosh, like I said, I am obsessulated with this Glinda doll. I think she is so, so cute, and I cannot wait to get her out of the box and share all of her accessories and details and the absolute pink perfection that this doll is.
I'm obsessulated.
So now I'm going to get Glinda out of her bubble and her box to show you all of the things that this doll has to offer, and she does come with a few accessories. Glinda does come with a special stand, a certificate of authenticity, and her iconic bubble wand. And this wand is the same sculpt that is mostly clear plastic, but the tip of this wand is more of a hot pink color rather than the light pink and more like purple colors of her previous wands that came with dolls. And then, of course, her stand is really cool. So it is a saddle stand, which I really like these stands. I think they're sturdier than like a typical saddle stand, but I like that they don't clip on the doll's waist and possibly like ruin the outfit. So I love these stands. The base is gold and it has a lot of sculpted bubbles on it, in addition to a little button that doesn't actually work that says tap to bubble. So the detail on the stand is really phenomenal. Glinda's certificate of authenticity is made out of a thinner cardstock, and it says, "This certifies that your Glinda in her bubble was dollified with the collaborative efforts of designers and artists at Mattel." So now on to the Glinda doll herself, and wow.
I'm obsessulated.
This doll is so cute, and based off of what I've seen in the trailers so far for Wicked for Good, this might be one of my favorite outfits that Glinda gets to wear, and I am so happy that Mattel made a doll of it because it is so cute. She does have the same face screening as all of the other Glinda dolls pretty much, with some pretty dramatic light pink eyeshadow, although her lips are more of a peachy color as opposed to a pink color. So while it is pretty much the exact same face, there is at least a little bit of difference in it. Glinda does also have some earrings on, and I can't quite tell what this sculpt is supposed to be. It kind of looks like bubbles, which would be very fitting for this doll, but they are really cute, and I always love a doll with earrings. I think it always adds to the look. She also has these sculpted flowers in her hair as a barrette, and I think it looks really nice. I'm glad that they added that detail to the doll to elevate her a little bit. And of course, she does have her hair tied up in the typical Glinda doll style, and her hair is super soft saran, and it is more of a golden blonde color. While I'm not a huge fan of product being put into doll's hair, since this doll was $81, I do think it would have been nice if she could have had a little bit more of a style put into her hair. And to match her earrings, Glinda also has a removable necklace, which has some nice sculpted beadwork on it, as well as a butterfly charm in the center. So moving on to her outfit, it consists of two pieces. So she has this kind of like blazer top and then a nice poofy skirt. So even though there are a bunch of different fabrics used on the construction of this top, it is just one piece, so the layers are fake, but I'm honestly okay with that. I think it looks really good. I love kind of like the poofy shoulders and then the flower charm that is kind of at the end of these two strips of fabric, and then she has the draped sleeves with another different type of fabric, and then some like tulle that's kind of like a yellow golden color. I think this like pale pink blazer is so cute, and I love the structure that it brings to this Glinda doll and kind of Glinda's story. I really love the storytelling that's being told through this outfit. Overall, I think that individual layers on the top would have been nice, but I think that Mattel did a really good job at bringing it to life. So moving on to the skirt, it is only 2 layers, so the skirt is kind of a little bit of a letdown compared to how cool the top is, but she does have this very sheer layer of light pink organza on top that does have some sparkly silver glitter applied to it, and then underneath that she just has a pretty basic layer of fabric that is the same color. And here is a 360 of the skirt. It is kind of gathered and pleated at the waist. Overall, I like it. I just wish it was a little bit poofier. I feel like it's kind of flat. It could have benefited from an extra layer of fabric, I think. Glinda's shoes are really pretty and complement the look. So they are just these like pearlescent white pumps. There are also some lightly sculpted details on them as well. So I definitely appreciate that Mattel went all out on all parts of this Glinda doll. And here are my 3 For Good Glinda dolls. I just adore these dolls. I think they are all so cute, and even though 2 of them are pretty much wearing the same outfit, I think that every single one shines in their own way, and I'm so happy to have them in my Wicked collection. So that was my review of the Collector Glinda doll from Wicked For Good. I do think that $81 is a lot of money for a singular doll, but I do think that Mattel really put a lot of effort into this doll, especially in her packaging. Getting this doll really felt like a luxe experience, so I would recommend her. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to drink your water, mind your business, and remember that you are a goddamn superstar. I love you so much. Peace.